Okay, I wanted to advocate slow food here, but I'll have to rush a bit through this presentation as I have only got 10 minutes from Helen. I want to talk about Curalia and what happened to Curalia in 2015. Some lessons learned for us, and then, because I said I'm going to talk about slow food, I will say something on the advantages of slow food also in insurance. Who is Curalia? We are very small. Even the Belgians, most of them, don't know our names because we are very specialized. Healthcare professionals are our members, and we are only in the life business on our balance sheet. It is a small business, but our members appreciate us. We have a large penetration in the group. We are targeting, and we are growing every year. We were well capitalized under Solvency I. But we also have, and it is important to know for the rest of the story, non-life offering. But as a broker, it is not on our balance sheet. We are a mutual. We have a super track record since more than, and Bruno could maybe tell that because I have not been there historically for more than 30 years, a very good track record. So, we're not a dinosaur. We're quite young people, nice premises, paperless, but especially very innovative in products for our clients and therefore appreciated by our clients. 2015 proved to be the most challenging year ever that we have had, with the very low long-term interest rates, which of course for a monoline life insurer are a real problem, together with the introduction of Solvency II. It's the combination of the two, but putting the low long-term interest rates on, well, it would have been a problem anyway. These very low interest rates really hurt us. And the retirement age going up, maybe a minor element a bit, but it also, of course, has a lot of consequences for us. So all of these challenges together, we were not going to make it in the Solvency II era. That was quite clear. So when I entered last year, there were a lot of discussions going on, and then I started participating on them. What are we going to do with this? We'll have to do something structurally. Are we going for outside capital, or even do we sell this business? The directors, which represent organizations, and we also have expert independent directors, went for the following solution. We want to stay a mutual. We don't want external capital. We want to keep in control. We had to do something, however. So what did we do? We adapted the product characteristics of our most important products. We needed the individual agreement of our members. 20,000 people is already a bit too much to go and talk to them, to each of them, but it was, for a company our size, a very important decision, of course. We asked our customers to abandon the existing long-term interest guarantees. We didn't ask them to abandon the reserves that had been built up, but to abandon long-term interest guarantees, which were for some at 4.75, etc. In fact, for those having quite some, that already had an important reserve. This meant financially, of course, something very important individually. And we didn't put a lot against that, only the fact that it was good in the long term for all of us and for this specialized offering that we have. And you already have read the number. Up to now, 78% of our members have agreed to change. 78%, which is an enormous success, which has structurally changed our portfolio, and it is evenly distributed, young, old members, so this really is a success. So, it's still a bumpy road, but we're at least out of the woods. And the rest of this portfolio, the 22 remaining percent, they don't build up anymore. It's old style, it's running off. So structurally, our Solvency II ratio will go up simply by time going by without any more management action. Our members, and I think financially you could discuss about it, but our members think this is more adapted to our model where all generations of healthcare professionals are in the same boat and the young do not have to pay the guarantees given to the old. And for us as a company, of course, we have far better responsiveness to volatile or very low interest rate environments. Okay, what are the lessons we learned? Our mutual status, in our specific case, it works. We can measure it, and we can measure it in percentages of solvency ratio. And I won't give you a figure, but it is a huge figure. On governance, our regulator told us that 20-odd people in a board of directors is, well, that our board was a bit too crowded, and that there were not enough professional people in our board. If you would have asked me this question 1 year ago, I would have said, yes, I think so too. If you ask me this question now, I say, well, it is only because of these unprofessional people that we have managed to do this. They will not pass, I'm sorry to say so, they will not pass the exams if we make a Solvency II exam. They wouldn't pass it. But they're not unprofessional. They made a very courageous decision that most of us would not dare to take. Yep. So is it too crowded? I don't think so. On proportionality, Patrick will talk on reporting. I won't do it, but it is a burden. But we have, of course, had an enormous explosion of costs for actuaries, external accountants, external audits, the regulator itself. If we compare this to the internal people and their cost who have to produce all of this, we pay more to the people controlling us than the people making it up. It is not normal anymore. On some parameters in life, we are maybe a bit special, I don't know, at Curalia, but for more than 50%, our top product, if a client comes in, he will stay. And the only way he will stop is leaving, when he's leaving to the pharma industry, for instance, or taking another job, a physical therapist going, setting up a sports center, is out of our scope then. But all the others stay. But we cannot take into account the fact that these people will continue to pay premiums. That is one item. Another item we are confronted with is mass lapse. Well, we have shocked a bit our total membership, what is the lapse that we have actually had? We need to take 40%. It's closer to 2%. So I think, well, isn't there room for undertaking specific parameters in this kind of cases? This means for us, we're in between 25 and 30% of our solvency ratio. Okay? Whoa. Yeah, okay, I will go a little bit quicker. Level playing field, internal modeling is inaccessible for us. And for me, that is the denial of the heart of regulation. So it is a bit Orwellian. I see someone not agreeing. Market philosophy, I think I don't need to add a lot of things to this, but we feel, well, we're on a journey with our members, a transatlantic flight, and we measure with a stick of 1 centimeter. Sometimes we don't feel very happy with that. So, I said I'm going to talk about the advantages of slow food. Take a camembert au lait cru, little artisans making that. Take a restaurant like the In de Wulf restaurant here in Belgium, number 3 in certain rankings in the world, using self-picked wild herbs. Or take the famous Geus beer that is made here close to Brussels. Those who know the products and the artisans love them. No one's ever got sick. They adapt, they innovate, they satisfy a real need. But still, they have all bumped into European regulation. They have to process food like McDonald's. If I put Curalia on the top of this, and let's say AXA at the bottom, that is a bit how we feel. So I'm not advocating completely different things for us. I think regulation should be regulation, but give us the same level playing field, make USP possible in life, consider the essence of governance, and maybe some aspects are a bit special for us, but they don't make our governance bad for that. Allow some real content for proportionality, and make the cost of regulation and the cost for society an integral part of any recalibrating of Solvency II. Thank you.